just realized I forgot to put the mic actually on. Anyway, so the mic though that actually I was just showing you guys. Anyway, so we will be actually having first sales shortly actually underneath our website actually at HauntingLIVEpodcast.com actually for the going price actually at $20 altogether. We do say welcome to everybody that's actually joined in. Our Ontario numbers here have gone down to a low 101 approximately. So we here actually in Ontario are doing the right thing. We're actually staying up to par. Plus also we're also staying actually all together. So and welcome actually to everybody. Just to let you guys know, Trevor will be actually on live chat tonight. So again, the masks will be actually $20. They will be eventually actually on our website. That's actually with postage handling. All right, so let's get down to business tonight. Just to let you guys know, within the next little bit, actually next week though, we will be actually having D. He is from Thunder Bay, Ontario. He deals with actually the dark history. He deals with not spiritual stuff. But he deals with the paranormal field more or less. He's dealing actually with the creature actually, and also elemental, which is actually Sasquatch altogether. So he's going to be actually on. Trevor's going to be actually viewing him next week. Again, those we do go live actually at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. This is one show that is actually a must to watch actually next week. The following week after that though, which is actually my birthday, July 18th. We're going to be actually doing sort of a mix-up, actually, podcast. We won't be here in our studio at all. We will be in a designated location, actually, with the Queen of Ooga Booga, which is a fabulous girl. She will be actually doing a podcast with us. So that way we're doing a mashup podcast all together. You can actually be able to catch that actually with us actually here at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, actually with the location. Again, though, that's actually with the Queen of Ooga Booga. Again, though, Trevor's actually on chat, so we do encourage you actually to chit-chat with Trevor. We are looking for the night of the 18th, though. Please note, for the people that are actually within the Waterloo region, throughout down to London area, we are looking for you. We have limited seats altogether for this night of July 18th. If you are very much so interested, please get in contact with us over top of our email, actually, at ogpsfilming@outlook.com. That's again the ogpsfilming@outlook.com. We will let you know more information through the email. Again, though, this is actually for July 18th. The following week after that, though, we will be actually having Chrissy Collins back on. She was actually our very, very first, pretty much guest actually here, actually on Haunting Live Podcast. We're going to tune in with her, see exactly what's going on all together, and everything else. Now, for those that did not catch last week's episode, what happened? Anyways, so we do actually encourage you actually to check out last week's episode. Trevor was actually interviewing with Steve Furlong from Feathers Academy, UK. And also, in the conversation, they do talk about actually about them coming back, hopefully next year, if everything goes good with actually the COVID-19, and about them talking about actually releasing a book. So again, those to tune into last week's podcast, you can do so through here actually at YouTube. Sorry, not YouTube. Sorry, actually at Facebook and also on YouTube. Again, though, is if there's any questions or whatsoever that are actually being brought forward to any of our special guests, we will let the special guests know directly. Now, also, though, is check out our website. Our website is actually HauntingLivePodcast.com. We encourage you actually to sign up for the mailing list. Our mailing list is actually right on the homepage. Again, please do sign up for that. Now, though, we aren't going to hold that much longer. Hopefully, our special guests are actually on call tonight. So what you can see actually on the screen right now is so that we actually have one special guest, though, showing. Her name is Star. Her colleague, though, business colleague, will be with her live actually during this podcast. So let's just see if they're available and give them a call. Hopefully they're there. Hi there. How are you guys tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Can you guys sort of introduce yourselves, please, for our viewers?
I'm Star Bryans.
And I'm Hilary Fletcher.
All right, wonderful. All right, well, basically though, is you guys, of what I hear, are from Stratford, Ontario. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, wonderful. All right, all right. So, Star, I have a couple questions for you tonight. When about did you start actually getting more in tune with the spiritual world?
Well, that when it comes to my mom, both into it. I mean, I can remember some of my earliest memories at 3, talking with spirits that have passed in our home.
Okay. All right, and what type of strengths do you have by any chance with the spiritual world?
Strengths?
So I'm not clairvoyant. I have, I see and get overwhelming feelings of knowing.
Okay. All right, all right. Now, since you're actually in Stratford, though, and I know basically right where your house is, which I'm not going to give out to anybody at all, what areas of Stratford do you find, though, are actually the most haunted?
A lot of the older areas that were the original settlements, including the building that's behind us, a lot of them you'll find have activity, but as native land, so there are still native spirits on the land. So some of the land that's being built on is extremely active.
Okay. All right, all right. Now, I know that Trevor and I, we were actually at your location at Christmas time, which we were invited to, which was really good. Now, I actually picked up actually with a child actually in your house, and also a woman though that was actually on the stairwell. Can you sort of let our guests know a little bit of information about what you've actually learned from that?
So the daughter of the original homeowner, and he was a very bitter, angry man. So she roams the halls. We also have a servant that is in the house. There's also residual smells. Hilary has
Smelt a fire.
which I didn't tell her about.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of you get along with it, you know. So.
Okay. All right. So just to let you know, you're a little bit pausing in and out right now. So it could be to do with the spiritual world. Who knows? So especially right when I know how strong you are with the spiritual world, same with Hilary. So just to let you know. Now I know though that actually Christmas time you guys were talking about a brand new company though that you guys sort of started, and wasn't that called ELF?
It's ELB Cleaning. However, we considered ELF because it would be our initials. But both of us being short, we thought that it would become too much of a joke.
All right, all right. Now, with the homes though that you have cleaned, I presume that's homes or factories that you guys clean. What do you guys basically do work for cleaning?
So we do residential, commercial, industrial, real estate. So we do it all.
Okay, all right, all right. And what have you come across by any chance? Anything bizarre, out of the place, out of regular routine?
Sorry, Chris, can you repeat that?
Yeah. So with your location, so that you do actually clean, has anything strange happened right when you guys have been cleaning?
Lots.
Yes.
Right. Can you let our guests know some of the stuff that's happened?
Why don't you start with what was happening to you?
Well, I got tapped on the back one time when I was cleaning a toilet. And Star was standing right beside me, so I kind of looked up at her and looked back down and just kind of shuffled to the side, because the side that I was tapped from, it was just the wall beside me, and then the tub was behind me, and it was like, excuse me, can you get out of my way?
Yeah.
So I just moved out of the way, and they moved on, and I just continued with my work.
Okay, right. And how did you feel though, by any chance?
It didn't frighten me at all. It just kind of startled me a bit, and because I knew there was nobody there, there was no room for anyone to be there. But so I just moved out of the way and let it go.
Okay, all right. And Star, has anything happened to you by any chance?
Yeah, there's been a couple times when we've gone into home. We always yell hello, even if we know that the clients aren't going to be home. It's more so that we surprise that we had back to us hello, and we were like, okay, someone's home, and nobody was in the house.
Okay, all right. Now I remember you guys were saying though, actually a while ago, that there was a chair incident. By any chance?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, one of our big clients owns many houses in Stratford, and we were doing a cleaning in one, and while we were upstairs in the room, we moved a child's chair, and instantly...
Okay, you just froze, so...
This week, when we came back, a full-size chair had been moved to the center of the room facing the doorway, and we had the only keys to the house. It was an empty house. It was very clearly a message that we were being watched.
Okay, all right. And what did you guys do though? Like, did you guys just say okay, hi, or what? Or did you guys get panic at first, or anything like that?
It was a bit of a shock to see it there, but then we were just like, okay,
and state your to the spirit here to do any harm. We're just cleaning up.
yeah.
Those spirits are definitely more calm. They're not dangerous or malicious in any way. So for the most part, we just let them be unless a client asks us.
Okay, all right. And so, with over the year, has your company really grown by any chance? And
Yes.
how many employers do you have by any chance working for you?
So unfortunately, with COVID, many of 8.
Okay, I'm sorry, but you cut out a little bit.
Sorry about that. With COVID, many have been laid off. However, we have 8 full-time employees.
Okay, all right. And how big though? Like, what's the recent thing though that you guys just got hooked up with? Was it with a company that actually invited you guys to come and clean, or was it another house by any chance? Or
Stratford Festival.
that's awesome.
Stratford Festival.
That is awesome. So now I know back in March though that you actually were with us. We weren't able to get into one location, but we did the grounds, and that was actually the Buckus Page House. All right, and with our actually video though that we will be actually sort of putting on the link down below right when we do actually the editing. You were actually picking up stuff. Same with you, Hilary. Can you sort of explain about what you guys were picking up and what you guys sort of felt about the location?
I didn't feel a lot at the house, though I did see the lady in the dress go towards the house. But I felt more later. Star and Deanna felt more stuff at the house.
I felt the wife. She was in the one bedroom, sad. She had lost another child. She was looking out the window as if watching the rest of her kids. But instantly I was able to realize it was that she had lost a child. And I think actually when we were there, I had said, I was pretty sure the one little boy was kind of following us around, who let me know that, when we looked it up, we found out that's indeed how many there was.
Okay. All right.
So in the Bacchus Page house, there's a window right up here, and I was feeling the numbers 11 and 6 and a woman's voice, and didn't know what they mean, so I thought I'd do a little bit of research, and it turns out that Jonas and his wife had 11 children, but only 6 of them survived to maturity. So what the numbers are is that was the master bedroom. That's where she would have given birth to those 11 children. And the sorrow and sadness we're feeling is that only 6 of them survived.
All right. And what did you think about that location? Were you surprised about the energy, especially with right when we went across the road to the cemetery?
Yeah, the energy from the church over to the cemetery, that was incredible. When we first pulled up to the cemetery, we were absolutely or up to the church, we were absolutely sure there was yard beside the church.
Positively
shocked when you guys parked in front of us and there was no graveyard there.
Yeah, it was like you parked on the graveyard where we saw the graveyard.
And all of us in the car seemed really confused as to where that graveyard went.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, because I remember those right when we walked through the graveyard across the road from that church, though, that I actually had to point something out to you guys. And for those that are actually just wondering what that is about, a long time ago that they used to actually have bells attached to actually plots area, so that way people could actually ring the bells. Do you remember that at all, or?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen one of those bells on a grave.
Okay. All right. So, Hilary, I know you've worked with Trevor and myself quite a bit. All right. Now, the thing, though, is with Niagara Falls. Now, Niagara Falls, though, can you sort of explain what happened to your room in the hotel?
Yes. So the night before, we were going to do the investigation at the military museum there. Just as I went to turn off my light around midnight or so, I shut it off, and like a second later, the smoke detector went off, and we couldn't hear it anywhere else. It off. We didn't out in the hall, so we shut the light off again. It went off, and then just a few seconds later, it went back on again. And we looked out, and like we couldn't hear anyone else moving around and that. So it went off 3 times.
Okay, all right.
And then so the next morning, we asked you guys, because you were right across the hall from us, and you never heard it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very weird for the energy. So, now I know your one son was with us, actually at the museum.
So something that Hilary and I have discovered since we joined forces in the company is we amplify each other and our gifts.
Yes.
But one of the biggest things is Hilary disrupts electronics.
Oh, yes.
So if we're glitching a bit, it could be because Hilary's been amplified a bit and she can tend to glitch electronics.
That's true, because when we do one of the commercials buildings that we out near.
Oh. Okay, all right. Right there you glitched again. So,
yeah.
So sorry for everybody though that's watching right now, but yes, this is so true about Hilary. Yeah, thanks very much for bringing that up, Star.
I just thought for people who don't know, this is kind of the norm when we get together.
Yeah. All right. So Hilary, your son actually at the location though that we did the filming. I know he actually had one of our tools.
You keep glitching out, so I'm not sure what question.
All right. Dylan at the museum.
Oh, okay.
All right, with the tool.
Yeah.
Can you start explaining which area actually was more active for him?
A lot. Yeah, it was really active. When I used it, it hardly did anything, but I don't know if he had someone following him around, maybe. Because he was in Army Cadets, he's right into that. He has a history. He's
connected. Very connected with anything military.
So he seemed to get quite a bit of stuff there.
Okay, all right. So
he went in. I believe it was the weapons room, and I tried to go in after. Pushed me in for.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna give you guys a call right back. So I do apologize for this. So I'll give you guys a call right back. I do apologize, everybody, but we are experiencing some technical difficulties. So just bear with us for a second. All right, we'll just get the call right back. All right, all right, all right. At least you got your drink tonight, Hillary. I got mine.
Water.
I got the wine.
I had coffee earlier.
So, so yeah, for those that are actually just tuning in right now, I do apologize. Actually, there is actually some technical difficulty right now going on. It's a big joke for the three of us, basically. So if we do glitch, we do apologize for this, and everything else. So, all right. So again, though, is your son? You were saying about something about the gun room, though.
Yes, so he went into the artillery room because it had more than guns. It had crossbows and all sorts of things. And so he walked into that room, and when I tried to walk in right after him, it it knocked me right back. I couldn't get in for
Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to keep you guys so long. I do actually say thank you very much for coming in tonight. I know that we did have some technical difficulties, right, and everything else. But I've got to get a question for you. With the spiritual world, for most people that are fairly new with the spiritual world, and also that are scared about certain locations, what do you have to say to them by any chance?
Start aging in your home. For most of the time, it's just about making peace. However, if it's something more malicious, obviously, you want to contact someone who has a bit more experience.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the spiritual world, there's a logic and a reason behind everything. Once you sort of find out the story, it's not as scary.
Okay, all right. And Hillary, anything from you by any chance?
be trying to scare you. I think they're just trying to communicate, and so I just let them have their space. And yeah, and what Star said too, if it's kind of malicious, call someone who knows what they're doing, because you don't want to get an attachment or get into deeper trouble.
True. All right. Well, I do say thank you very much, ladies, for coming in tonight. Actually, again, I know that we had some technical difficulties. And if there is any questions that our viewers actually had tonight, actually on the podcast, we'll send them actually to you guys directly. And that way you guys can sort of explain to everybody. But we do say congratulations actually for your business, and also many more succeed years for you guys. All right, and again, we do hope to get together sometime shortly with you guys.
Yes, and happy birthday.
Yes, since
Thank
we
you.
won't be able to see you on your birthday.
Yes, thank you very
No,
much.
we're with you in spirit.
Yeah.
The good kind.
Yes, so true. All right, well, again, thanks very much, though. You have a wonderful day.
For having us.
All right.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so we just actually had Star and Hillary actually on. We do apologize actually for the technical difficulties actually with their end and also with ours. Hopefully you guys can actually hear me a little bit better actually tonight. Again, is just to recap with you guys sort of what's going to go actually on within the month. Again, is next week we do actually welcome D. He's from Thunder Bay. He deals with actually the dark side. He deals more or less actually with actually elemental stuff. Sasquatch is one of them, which is really, really good. I've actually had encounters actually within the past. So has Trevor. I don't know if Trevor next week will be mentioning exactly what has happened with his past with Sasquatch. If you guys want to be able to check actually one of our videos that we did last year from St. Joseph Island, actually you guys can actually hear actually some sounds that we came across with Squatch actually in there.
Buried there, or it went down there.
That's weird.
Yes. Let's go. Or it went down there.
That's weird.
Yes. Let's go.
Again, on July 18th, though, we will be actually with the Queen of Ooga Booga. Actually, she's a YouTube brand new person. Actually, altogether, she does a lot of readings, actually live, actually on YouTube. We are looking actually for some seat fillers to be filled up actually for the 18th. If you are sort of within the Waterloo region down to Stratford area or even out to London, please drop us a line. So we are looking for some seat fillers actually for a live podcast so that we're matching up with her. And this is a very limited seating altogether with us. The weekend actually following after that, though, we do actually have Christy Collins actually from Thunder Bay. Actually, she's actually been actually on her show in the past. I'm sorry, Christy, if I don't have the pronunciation actually of the team. I do apologize. Then also, though, is for those that missed last week's episode, please be able to catch actually our past week's episode here actually underneath Facebook or underneath our YouTube page, actually of Haunting Live Podcast / OGPS Filming. Trevor actually did interview actually Stephen Furlong actually from Feathers Academy. It went really, really wonderful. And also be able to double check actually our website. Sign up for the mailing list. Again, they'll sign up for the mailing list so that way we can actually be able to let you know what's coming up and everything else without posting it right away actually on Facebook. You get to know first of who's coming up. Again, though, is we do say thank you very much for Hilary and also for Star for being actually underneath the podcast. We did run into some technical difficulties. Anyways, so this is actually Chris signing off with you. Happy haunting, and catch you guys actually in the next couple weeks. Subscribe to OGPS Filming / HauntingLIVE. Check us out online across the internet, live at Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.